Hey friends, welcome to the channel. My name is Scott Swanson and this is my first ever YouTube video. My hope for this channel is to share about being a father, about being an educator, and about being a maker. Along the way, I hope to share about the process and what I learned from this. There was a famous educator named Maria Montessori, and she created an entire educational model around the mantra of learning being more about the process than the product. And I hope to share some of that process with you. So, a little bit about me. I have been an educator for the last 13 years, working with at-risk youth and students in special education. I call the Midwest, and specifically Wisconsin and Minnesota, my home, and I have a wide variety of interests, from electric vehicles and solar panels and technology to smartphones and just making them as useful as possible. Just learning new things in general. I love to work with my hands and do woodworking projects, and I also am really big into productivity and how our brain works and psychology. I break my life into three different kind of buckets, and the first of those buckets being that first and foremost, I am a father and a husband. I have a wife and two wonderful young kids. I'm coming up on my 10th anniversary with my wife, which I am really excited about. One thing that I hope to share with you all is the psychology and what I've learned being a husband and being a father, and how to maximize those parts of my life. The second facet of my life that I would like to share with you is about being an educator. I taught for several years, first as a high school math teacher, and then got my master's in special education. I taught at a juvenile detention center and then at-risk youth who also had special education needs. Then I moved into an instructional coach role, and then for the last 6 or so years, I've been an assistant principal working in those same schools, supporting those same students and teachers. Along the way, I hope to share about practices and lessons that I've learned being an educator and a leader in that profession. Lastly, I think of myself as a maker, and I say a maker because I think it is a general term, and I think of how many different interests and passions I have and how they take me down so many very different roads. I think everyone has someone in their life that just can't sit still. I always need to have my mind and hands busy on something, learning something new. I'm not good at being stagnant in my learning. And latest venture and good example of that would be starting a business and starting this YouTube channel. So lastly, I hope that this process and my journey and sharing that with you is helpful and you can learn something along the way. And for the first time in closing, I get to say, click here for my latest video.